fine Wednesday afternoon here in Northern California
It's the 19th.
in Zetro's Toxic Vault. What's up, Walt? You can get a little bit more in there.
It's the 19th and it's
Let
live.
me fix the camera so we are live. How's everybody doing? It's been a while since we seen you guys live, so just wanted to do another live episode as we are still filming, guys. Like we had Matt Freeman in last week, and that was a good one.
Very nice guy.
I'm a really great guy, really great band, awesome musician. We had so much fun with him, and it's good to get back to doing the show in the format that we were, brought it up on, and also, having the guests come back in. It's great. So the thing is with that is I know that sound and we're learning. Walter and I are actually
Students.
we're students of Mr. Tim Healy, who's helped producing the show right now, and Walter and I are trying to get it together and trying to
Improve it.
well, we are improving it. You know what I mean? I think we're doing pretty good at that, but we definitely are learning. So if the sound or the video or the audio kind of is fucked up a little bit, well, then you need to just chill because it's produced by Walter and soon Zet. But we are trying some new things and we're getting some really good guests, and we wanted to keep the show still
Some
moving.
mind-blowing, huge guests.
So, yeah, actually, so I think that that is where we're going to be going with more guests and back to some movie reviews since the theaters have opened. Walter and I were going to do a whole episode where we're going to talk about some movie reviews, and that'll be coming. And again, like I said,
You
we'll be
sent me
filming-
to 3.
yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get
Yeah.
to that. We're not going to do them today. We're going to film those. Also, always keep the comments coming because we're going to be doing viewer comments as that happens more and more. As we're doing more live episodes and more taped episodes like we had with Matt Freeman, and we're going to go back to having other guests like we had before. Not all just musicians or whatever. So we will definitely get back to the old stuff, but it's good to be back here today. It looks like everything's getting back to normal. In that respect, I don't like to talk too much about that on my show.
By the 15th in California, June 15th, they're going to do the national guideline, which is mask removal and everything. That's what's coming.
Well, it's again
By
it's,
July 4th.
Again, it's
they
clear,
say
it's clearing
gonna
up.
be,
So looking out at the future of what touring and that sort of thing, and everybody knows that Exodus's album will be out in November, and it's been pushed back, for obvious reasons, and we can even touch on that a little bit. I was actually with the whole band last Tuesday. We had a photo shoot, and I got to say, Tom looks great. And for all of us and him as well, we want to thank all of you guys for all of your kind words, all of your financial support. I mean, his GoFundMe has done so well. Where's it at, Walt? Have you been tracking it?
Well, it went over, I think it's 90 or something like that. At least, or probably over by now.
And I want you guys to know that he's one of the strongest individuals I've ever met in my life. And I know
and a very humble man also.
That's why he got so much love. I mean, he's just such a great, amazing player. You know what I mean? As that goes, he's an awesome drummer, an innovator in what he does, and just overall great dude. And everybody loves him.
He has a heart, and I think everyone can feel that.
And he actually, he's cut his hair off, and I thought he looks great, dude.
He's a handsome man.
I told him, I said,
Tom?
I was walking up to him going like this, "Hi, I'm Tom Hunting. I'll be selling your house." And I mean, he looks like so professional. And I told him, "Fuck, dude, I wouldn't grow it back if I was you." You know what I mean? So anyway, he's great, and he looks great, and he's beating this thing like he said in the press. He's going to beat it like a snare drum that owes him money, and he's doing that right now. So I think, wait till when you guys hear what he's done on the new record and see him live, it's going to be really exciting for everyone. I think it makes it even that much more special as that comes out. So I don't want to tell too much because he's very reserved on these types of things, and he doesn't really want me to talk. But I just want to let you guys know that he's doing really good, and he looks really good, and his attitude and everybody around him is very positive, and that's all I can say is he's going to lick this thing no problem. We'll see you guys back with him right out on the road, which kind of leads us into our next thing. And so, like I was saying yesterday, we do finally have a confirmed Exodus show, and it's at a festival in Michigan, I believe. Is it around
Illinois?
It's in Illinois. It's in Illinois, and it's called Full Terror Assault, and I believe we are on September 11th on that day. And that's
so it's a 3-day festival, and you're on the 11th. Starts on the 8th and runs to the 11th, and some pretty good bands as I can see on that big lineup.
Yeah, go to Full Terror Assault Facebook or fullterrorassault.com to get the full
open air
logistics. It's an open air. I think it's a camping thing. It's kind of like, and there's been past ones in the past. I know Death Angel played a couple of years ago.
You know what the European ones are like, where the people, the real fans, they camp in the mud. You don't
I
I
think that's what you have to do on this one, because it is Illinois. So
but
even though it's a summertime,
German mud festival time.
Well, that's
harder than.
I love German mud festival time.
It's called Hog Rock Campground. So they
Hog Rock Campground. Mm-hmm. So if you're in Illinois, let me know if you're gonna. Have you been to this festival before? Chime in, and let me know if you've been to this festival before. We are playing it. We are very excited because it's been since Walter, the Bay Strikes Back tour. That we have played a live concert. We obviously put the record together and did all that sort of thing. But it's time for musicians, comedians, anybody who plays live in front of crowds for a living needs to get back to work. You know what I mean? And we want, like everybody else, to go to. I want to go to concerts too. It's like I'm a big fan, like all of you guys are. I think that most of the heavy metal bands are, like myself. I mean, I can't wait to start to go to a full concert again and go see
even Europe's opening up right now they're giving kind of like a go ahead time of pretty soon we'll be able to travel freely, and we being from a very COVID restricted area. So will be allowing us to travel and you to travel. One thing I want to say about that festival, it did say that you had a special old school set, and it has a bunch of abbreviations, which we went over. Bonded by Blood, Pleasures of the Flesh, Impact, and Tempo of the Damned. I mean, I'm sure you can't play them all, but
I'm done. Even that statement under there, I haven't, to be honest with you, and I'm honest with you guys, I haven't spoke to the rest of the band about this set or what we're going to play, so I can't say what we are or what we aren't going to play. That's what it says there, so I don't know if that's, I hope that's what, it'd be fun to do that, but I can't.
And that's all your era.
Well, it looks like it is. Again, it looks like it is, but I mean, who's to know once the set is made? It looks like what's great is that Exodus is finally on the map to have a show, you know what I mean? So it's for me, it's exciting that we can go back to work and play, because this is what we're built to do, man, especially for heavy metal. And you guys know that. Heavy metal fans, it's like we go to concerts to see our heavy metal bands. Yeah, it's great to listen to them on vinyl and listen to them in the car or watch the videos or whatever, you know what I mean? But, actually real metal fans want to go. They want to get in the pit. They want to shout out at us. I want to look at you guys. I want to shout back out you guys and rock with you as well. So it's coming again. It is coming again. And I think once it comes back, it's going to come back tenfold, because I don't know, I'm sure everybody's got the same attitude that I do about it. I can't wait to get back to it. And when more bands come around, I'm going to go see them all, because it's just, wow. You take for granted, Walt, how we really miss this. And, like sometimes bands will come through town and you go, yeah, I'm not going to catch their tour this time, but who knows if shit like this is ever going to happen, and something will happen to the band themselves. So I think it's, while you can, especially for us in the metal world, go see those concerts. Go out there. When the bands are back, Go support him. Go see him. Go pick up a T-shirt. Go make sure that it's that this economy starts to work again, because believe me, we all want to be out there with all you guys.
Lots of love from all over the place. Brazil, Sao Paulo. We hope for the best. We heard the COVID's bad down there. Hope it gets better soon. And
it's all about it's all about if getting that taken care of.
And Mark Jaramillo, is any singles going to drop on the EXO?
I'm sure there is.
There will be one single dropping at some point.
Sure. And I mean, how does that usually work? Well, like 4 months before the record's actually released.
Sometimes,
like 3 months.
Sometimes
like
you guys talk about it. With
so
I'm
gonna say
makes that decision.
There's been no. I don't even know. I have not really seen.
But they decide to go with the single, and then they're going to promote it.
I've not seen an official anything. So again, I am still on a gag order about the record. We know that it's been moved back to November, so that's all. It's the only different information I can get you, other than talking about the musicianship and the compositions. They're great. They're amazing. You're gonna love it all.
All right. So if you guys ask any questions right now, I'll be mentioning them. But a lot of love for Tom, and from everywhere, even Russia in here. And
good. Hello, Greece. I seen Greece in there. Russia, Brazil, all of my favorite places in the world. Believe me, we want to get out there and see you guys. Lodi, California?
Yeah.
Stuck in Lodi.
Albuquerque. Of course, England.
Good.
Always
of course, Claire's representing. I know she's out there. She's watching. She always does. Do I have a Crystal Kensel sighting? I'm sure we do somewhere. Anyway, all the normal people that normally come in and check it out. Thanks for coming in, because this is a lot of fun for us to do this. And again, like I said, Walter and I are learning how to be producers on the fly, and that's basically why.
But the show's successful because you have the content, this interpersonal story that you get out of people. And I think that's what the basis of. But whatever you do is because of the love of what movies and things and other things that you like to talk about. That's just. But yeah.
I see Charlie. It's great to be back on the live stream. Yes, it is. Yes, I know. I see it, Claire. I know. That's right. I see you guys when you chime in. I acknowledge all you guys. I mean, all you are is me. All you are is big fans, and I'm just like you are. I listen to music. When I listen to what we listen to. I'm a metalhead. This morning, what was I listening to this morning? Oh, I listened to a little bit of Wasp this morning, but I listened to
which Wasp? The first album?
Very first album, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened to Rainbow. Like I was listening to it was Rainbow Essentials. So it was going through all Graham Bonnet, the Ron the Dio, the Joe Lynn Turner era, and just going from song to song. So I'm always listening to harder type rock. I'll switch over because I do have a copy of the new Exodus album, and I listen to the songs from Taha. That's what I get. And I listen to the songs. So I'm always listening to something. I listened to Charger last week. Plus, I got some shirts for us from Matt. He gave us some shirts. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Matt's other band, Charger from Rancid, check them out, because they're more like, he even said blatantly, we're like Black Sabbath meets Motorhead, and it is, and it's a lot of the punk guys, man. A lot of them, they like the harder stuff too. I mean, I know Lars Fredriksen's favorite band is Motorhead, so even though he's a punk guy,
I love it has his Millions of Dead Cops MDC story that's within there. I thought that was great.
Yeah, I mean, he had some good. He's played with some great bands. He had some good stories, some real good stories. So I see Claire says favorite Rainbow album is Rising. I love Rising. I agree with that. In fact, I was Long Live Rock and Roll, because my favorite song. If somebody goes Zetro, what do you think? What is your favorite hard rock, heavy metal song of all time? And mine is Kill the King, and that's on Long Live Rock and Roll. And I'll tell you why. Kill the King has everything in it. Kill the King has great lyrics, great vocal approach, great riff, fast, awesome lead, guitar lead, awesome keyboard lead, great drumming. And so, I mean, I'm not saying I love Stargazer too and Gates of Babylon. Those are all amazing songs. But so I was very partial. And then recently, I started listening to Rising more and more. And I was like, wow, it's Terrell Woman. What a great way to open a fucking record. That Terrell Woman. What an awesome song. So, yeah, Claire, I got to go with that, with Rising. I kind of changed. They're like neck and neck, though, only because on Long Live Rock and Roll, the Kill the Kings on Long Live Rock and Roll, that's why I always give that one. But Gary and Lee were like, Rising, Zetro, Rising, Rising. And I'm like, yeah, like, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it some listening too. Also, Fireball by Deep Purple. I've been listening to that lately. That is a heavy fucking record for its time, man. You really got it. You know what? You want to talk about where heavy metal came and the sounds and the grooves and stuff? Richie Blackmore doesn't get any credit, man. And I'm telling you, go listen to the early Deep Purple shit, man. It'll kick your ass. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, you listen to some. I'm a fan of Schenker. I'm a fan of Jimmy Page. I'm a fan of Eddie Van Halen. All those old Ted Nugent, old school guitar players. You know, and
Joe Perry back then.
Oh God, Joe Perry back then. I love all those, but by far Blackmore is my favorite. Blackmore is, I love Deep Purple. I love Rainbow. You know, I love so much Rainbow and just the guitar work on there. And it's just way ahead of his. He's just way ahead of his time, I think. And so, you know, definitely like that. What do you got for me, Walt?
Jimmy Page, I think, would
Oh,
compare.
he was one of my big ones. I was a huge Led Zeppelin fan in the 70s.
Yin and yang there, you know. So.
Straight up. So. I have to.
Yeah, do you listen to Primus?
No, I'm not a Primus fan. Not at all. It doesn't have, for as talented as those guys are, it just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't rock.
I heard that they're doing a tour coming up, and they promoted as doing a whole Rush album. So they have a Primus take on Rush. I mean, that sounds weird, but that's one of the reasons I can't get into them either. They're just too intricate or different for me. I know there's a lot of Primus people, and I've seen them.
Look at that effect. Don't we love that effect? And then boom, it goes away, and here I am. Yeah, I'm a metal guy and a hard rock guy. I'm not really into strange music, weird, off-the-wall music with funky sounds to them. I mean, I love South Park, but I just can't stand the theme song. I hate it. I always have. Sounds like garbage cans being tranquiled together. I don't know. I'm not, you know, nothing against their success, nothing against their musicianship. I just personally don't like it. One of those things.
Do you like 70s rock? That's
all 70s hard rock. I love that. Even 70s soul. That's what I was born up on, man. Come on.
And the Blind Illusion
debut. So I don't know if you, Demetrius, would like to know if you like that.
Yeah, I love everything that Mark does. I love everything that Mark does. Mark Biederman's, you know.
Have you ever listened to Oi? It's a German Pink Floyd.
I don't think so. I like my Pink Floyd being Pink Floyd.
There's a lot of cover bands. Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that. That's what I can throw in there. I was reading today that you know that Joey Belladonna has a tribute band to Journey.
I bet he does.
And yeah, and they've only played live once in this article, and I've read about it and heard about them. But they're going to get together and try to record something so that it could be posted or something. I forget how Joey put it. But wouldn't it be neat if you got together with him and did some select shows somewhere? You know, that would be.
Oh, good.
How about that? 1 and 2, yeah. I mean, you know.
Well, I know that we are.
You have to talk
playing
to
with them on Aftershock this year, later this year. That's still confirmed. I believe we are playing October 7th in Sacramento, California. And I think, as I saw the lineup the other day, it's us, Testament, Anthrax, and Limp Bizkit, right? I believe that's what it is. So when I see him there, I'll have to discuss that with him.
It's kind of
too
cool.
far. Not too far off. Not too far. Now, I wanted to talk about something. One of our sponsors for the show is actually one of our merchandisers, and they're the ones. Before, when Wayne was producing the show, we made the T-shirts, and what we did was, we made there was a certain print, there was a picture of me on it, and that was the shirt we had. Well, since then, I signed a deal with a company called Season of Mist, and they have actually they've got a bunch of different designs. And the thing is with Season of Mist that I love so much is that if like before I would run out of a size, I'd be like, somebody call me and go, oh, Zetro, can I get a medium or small? It's like, oh shit, we ran out of those because we didn't order that many. So we'll have to wait till the next time to order them. And then by then, who's going to do it then? Well, the thing is about them is this is print to order. And again, whatever you want on whatever size, whatever color, whatever prints that you see, that they can do this. So a couple of weeks ago, I called Dieter from them and I said, I'd like, a couple of shirts to show, and I wanted them, and we had a cool print that I had drawn up because me, I love monsters and that sort of thing. And then since then, we also had Red Rum the Spider done as well, and they're both on it. So I go, well, can you do that on the front and do the other one on the back? So he did. So this is one of, bring it in, Walt.
Which one do you want?
Bring that one in first. Okay. So this is the it's too light and light. Bring it towards me. Yeah, bring it forward. So right there.
Oh, that looks good.
So that it's what it is basically it's me in a horror setting, and like I'm surrounded by look at the Bride of Frankenstein has her arm around me. There's a couple of monsters there. This was a great picture done by a guy who, remember the guy that makes the cakes, Misery Loves Company?
Yeah, I remember the cakes.
Yeah, this is Aaron Aravalos. He did this print for me. And then we, because we had this big thing about Red Rum, who still hangs out in the vault. He just kind of hides a little bit. I had the print done on the back of him. And so we had this drawn up of Red Rum, and then it says it came from the Toxic Vault, and he's actually, if you look in his eyes, they're all kind of red, and he's hella stoned.
He's in a web.
And he's in a web, and he's eating things. So, this is how I wanted this shirt. I wanted this on the front, and I wanted this on the back. And you could get this on the front, or that way you could get them anyway. That's my thing about Season of Mist.
And then
they did this one, which was just like To Love Me. They got Zetro's Toxic Vault with a pot leaf under it. And I know, you potheads, as fellow dopers. Well, not dopers. Pot ain't dope. You kidding me? I got the kill right now, too.
So you can get a hoodie. Anyway, you can get a hoodie of this.
You get a hoodie of this. You can get a red shirt. You can get a small. You can get a spaghetti strap. You can get all that. And that's why I was so pleased to sign with, bring it closer, Walt, because you can't, I think the light. So, I mean, I love when people cartoon me. I think it makes you immortal, let alone being around such cool monsters and such. I was just so happy with this shirt. And then when I had them, I go, you know what, instead of getting 2 shirts, let me put Red Rum on the back. And then we did that. We put the spider on the back, and it says it came from the Toxic Vault. It's kind of so, but you can get them any way you want. So that's why I just wanted to shout out. They're called Season of Mist, and they have so many other bands. And there's old prints of old bands that, maybe not even around anymore, but they'll still print them. So they're in the United States, and they're also in Europe. So, if you want my merchandise, and there's a couple of other designs there as well, go there. And what's good about them is they're going to be changing designs from time to time. So I normally had to wait until they all sold out, and then I was able to buy some more and get that back again. But with them, they'll be changing the designs, and to me, that's, it works out a lot better with them. So you guys want to get and support me and support Walt, support the show, go to Season of Mist and order Zetro's.
And it's not like you're going through someone. They have it. They make it. They ship it custom.
You can go. Whatever you want. Again. I want that on a red hoodie, or I want that on a short sleeve or a tank top or whatever. That they can do anything they want if they supply it. Whatever they can put it on, they'll fit it on. That's why I love with that. So I just think that it was better for the show and better and easier for you guys to go right to them and get it. So check them out, because what I love is when I'm on stage, and I saw this on a couple of tours now, especially, but on the Bass Drives Back tour in Europe, I'd be on stage and I look out and I see these guys with their Zetro's Toxic Vault t-shirts on, and that gave me a good feeling in the stomach, I must say. It gave me a very, 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 very good feeling.
Yeah, even when I was on that mega cruise, and I saw one, it made me feel a little connection.
Yeah, isn't that great? You
Yes.
know what I mean? And plus, you're cartooned now, Walt.
I
back
know.
there in one of those pictures, you're cartooned in that. So we will keep it up, and definitely keeping it up. What else we got? Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, want to talk about a new sponsor, and this is kind of a family thing that we have going on. Everybody has seen my grandson Jackson, so it's kind of put me in relation with another family, and it's kind of great. So I just wanted to talk about a cannabis company that's coming up out of there called Diamond Fire. So go check them out, Diamond Fire, Facebook, diamondfire.com, and check out what kind of products they have. They're going to start, getting up there and getting out there and stuff. So I like to support and take care of my family. So and again, if you guys,
This is a quality business, though. I hear, right?
to legitimate.
I mean, quality. I mean,
And I mean, let me just say, that quite quality. And we all know that I'm the connoisseur. Look at my fucking eyes. You know what I mean? Exactly. Sitting right here. What was I doing when you got here?
I know.
What was I doing?
I get it.
What was I doing?
Well, you're firing up.
I know. I was
Getting ready
smoking
to
weed.
fire
That's
up.
like getting ready to
Or
fire
you're
up.
emptying the bowl
Fire
so
up.
that you
Boom.
can fire
When I
up.
get cotton mouth, so I got to drink fucking water all day. Water. So, that's where we're at with that. Now, our other sponsors are very, they're giving. They love to give, and they always give us stuff. And once we get it, we like to pass it on to you guys, because you, the viewers, I mean, I don't know. I want you to check it out. I want you to go, and once you try some of their stuff, and go get it, buy it in the store, or go. If you can't get it in the store, go online, because most of the companies, they can sell it online. So we want to give some. We have some hot sauce from our
But this
sponsor.
is a new one, but right?
Is it a new one?
Yes,
Yes,
it
yeah,
is
we
a
got
new-
a new one to give out,
Yeah.
and
So
from
how
the-
we're gonna do this?
Hella
is-
Hot. We got to tell him Kyle at Hella Hot Sauce, who's always sponsored the show. He gave me a new case of some really, really good stuff that I want to pass on to you guys. And since he's now the producer, Walt, I'm gonna let the producer go there from and handle it on how you guys are going to get, and how are they going to get the hot sauce, Walt?
Okay, so we know that we're live, and you're gonna have to comment that you want the hot sauce, and say something that just a word with it that I might have to break a tie with. But we got a few bottles, and we'll do that, and fire. If you said that hot sauce is fire, or anyway. But this is the new garlic
Show it.
death grip.
Show it. That's it. Hella hot sauce. We got the stuff. It's the garlic death grip. What's the heat rating on there? It's on the back, right there.
Well, it's almost up the whole thing.
Most of their sauces are pretty fucking hot, but they have some mild stuff, and I find that it's very tasty.
Hey,
I mean,
I
you
had
can
it
take this
yesterday
shit.
just by
You can take this
chance.
shit and put it on a fucking chip and eat it. It's not really like salsa, but it is
I
kind of.
did it in
And
my
so-
chicken noodle soup.
You put in chicken. I
Yeah.
put on eggs, fucking everything. Hot
Eggs
sauce
is
on
a- eggs
pizza,
is
whatever you're fucking eating.
And potato salad, I'm known for that. too.
But these guys are great, just like all the other people that work with the show. Again, our new sponsor, Diamond Fire Cannabis Products, and then obviously Death Wish Coffee. They're great too, and Season of Mist. They're all quality, legitimate businesses, and this guy is no different. A lot of Hella hot sauces have themes to them. There's
Yeah.
some hot sauces that represent musicians and DJs, and he uses a lot of different flavors. We're actually, I think, but I'm not sure, and I can't say it, I think we might be in the process of creating a Zetro's hot sauce, so we'll see what happens with that. And of course, if we do, you guys will, get to an opportunity to, pick some,
Claire says she'd like it on pizza and pasta.
That's the best stuff, Claire. See, Claire, you're not really English because that's more of an American thing. See, you got such American taste buds, young lady. I know that because I've always found that they
She's
put
got
tuna.
hot pink hair right now. Did you know that?
No, I
She
didn't see
changed
that.
her- yeah, she
Did
changed
you?
it.
Hot pink hair.
Mhm.
That's my girl. Atta girl. Good. That's hey. Let's stay young, right? We're just staying young. Ramen noodles too. Yes, it is. But you know what's good in ramen noodles is the sriracha. You know what I mean? The Korean sriracha sauce. That's killer. And anything in noodles is definitely good. So, and we did talk a little bit about Death Wish Coffee, but they've been our longest sponsor. And out of all the businesses that we deal with, they're probably the most established because you can actually get their product in the grocery stores for the most part. And honestly, great. Walter, you love that stuff, don't you? Don't you think it's?
Oh yeah,
It's way too strong.
I drink way too much coffee.
Yeah, and he drinks a lot of coffee. They have the little pods now. They have frozen coffee. They have a Valhalla brand, which is like the Zach Wild kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just really strong coffee. As I get older, I'm finding sometimes coffee's a little bit too strong. So it's one of them. What else we got? Here, I'll take a hit while you're on that.
I'm waiting for a good question. Any word on another Tenet album by Cheese Ranger 76?
Talked about a little bit about it. I mean, that would obviously be on Jed Simon to handle that. That Jed wrote everything. You know, you guys probably know Jed from Zimmer's Hole and Strappy Young Lad, but the Tenet album was his baby. That would be fun, but I gotta be honest with you. As the new Exodus album finally is approaching us, I would say that it would be better, for me personally, not to do any other musical projects other than my tribute band that I'm playing
For
live
fun.
shows with for fun. Yeah, and like I'm doing a ton of biker events this summer with my tribute band. If anybody knows, I'll be doing it up in Garberville area on June 11th. I'm playing the Redwood Rally. And you can get tickets if you go to Redwood Rally.
That's Northern
Facebook,
California.
Yeah, it's up there in Northern California. It's a bike around. I'll probably be riding my Harley up there. And but that's basically, what I'm kind of booked on this summer. You know what I mean? I know that.
And you said that this was a career-defining album, and I love that quote because everyone can say that their album is really good and the greatest thing they ever did, but I know that all you guys totally are blown away by this album, right?
Every one of us, yes.
It's hard to say, It's I
You
don't.
look at every record that way, but I have to be honest with you. When you guys hear it, the compositions are just. That's all I can say is the compositions are really stellar, and it's really what you expect from Exodus.
And like Blood In, Blood Out was like an album where you got thrown together and.
No, I think it
recorded,
wasn't
but,
thrown together. I think
that-
that I just kind of came in right at the ending point of time when everything else had already been done, and so there wasn't much time for me to learn the songs. I mean, you guys all found out I was in the band on that Saturday or the Sunday, whatever day it was, I remember, and then on that Tuesday I started recording the album. So there wasn't a process where I got to listen to the songs or listen to the lyrics and really soak them in. I think this album was different for that, but there was a conscious musical approach, and that's all. I just again, come November, you guys.
And you
will
had time to
all-
prepare.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Well, I think so because I've also been in the band now again, 6 years again now when we started this process. So I fully felt my role back comfortable and knowing what and what I do and what I do strong. But again, November, you are all going to be very much blown away when you hear it all the way through. I'm sure you will. That's like I said, I can't tell you much about it. Can't tell you the name of the songs. I can't tell you how many songs are on the record. I can't tell you much, but I can just tell you that I'm very proud of it. We're all very, very, very
From
proud.
first
of it.
track to last track. That's
Very proud of everything. Very proud of it. Very much so.
all right. And this is good. Bobby Simpson says, "Hey Zet, what do you think if the A's go to Vegas?" That came out of the news here, where they've opened it up into talks where the A's could leave Oakland, and now Steve's baseball team could be. It's still they still can sign them or get a new stadium going.
Yeah, they got to make a move. They got to make a move. They get the city of Oakland is. I mean, I'm not. You know, they play in a stadium that was built in 1968. I mean, there's teams that have had 3 stadiums since then, or baseball parks. Look at the Braves, you know. And so I just, you know, I just think that it'd be a shame. That's my last team here, you know, and I hope it doesn't come to that. I think they're kind of pushing and shoving on it, which they should, because the city has really drugged their feet on this whole thing. I mean, I was told they should be going in their new ballpark in 2023. This was 3 years ago. Now they're saying the earliest will be 2027. It's like I'm gonna be fucking dead before they move into it. So I hope they stay. It's gonna break my heart, like it broke my heart when the fucking Raiders went to Vegas. It broke my heart, but it's just the way it is. You know, it's part of the business. I still got time, but in the paper today they're actually meeting with Vegas. I saw it today, and so you know what happens. It's a business. What can I do?
And I'd like to know.
I'd buy if I had billions. I would buy the team. Fucking keep them here. I would have kept the Raiders here too. Believe me.
All right, and Arik Schwartz wants to know what you think of the new Gojira, if you've heard that.
I heard a couple of cuts on it. They kill. That's one of those bands that are just that get
They're
it.
different.
They really have their sound down, and they fucking kick ass. And they deserve all the accolades they're
They're
getting.
from France, so not many big groups come out of France. You know.
No, not really metal is that I can think of.
But they are so different.
They hold their own. Well, again, that's all about being heavy and still being with a groove and being original. That's what it all comes down to. Yeah, great band. Definitely. Very fortunate to play with those guys on a few festivals in the past and some stuff. And great band.
And they're getting ready to tour heavy, you know.
I'm sure everyone is.
And how about Charlie Ramos wants to know what you think of Jim Morrison and Janis Joplin?
That was the start of everything, obviously. Unfortunately, they didn't, you know, they only made it till they're 27. But I love old Doors stuff, and I love the ferocity that Janis had. If I was to go back to that type of music, it's more hippie music and Grateful Deadish to me. I'm not a big fan of that, although I think there's a lot of good songs, but not. I can't get into jam hippie music necessarily. My taste is it's got a drive and it's got a, you know, some heaviness to it.
I think
you know,
later in the late 70s, those bands started to emerge. Where in the early 70s, it was more.
But I mean, yeah, I believe it was more, you know, hippie, you know, kind of thing.
Hippie.
But I completely, you know, that's the Jimi Hendrix, Janis, Jim Morrison area. I was born in 1964, so I do remember it. Definitely remember it.
And Mark says this new Exodus album is going to be like Master of Puppets was to Metallica. That's a good quote there.
That would be great. All I can say is about the new record is we are all very, very, very proud. And it's one of those things where, you know, you just say that about records and you like all your records, but I really think, and I took the quote from Tom that this is a career-defining album for us. You know what I mean? So I think that's you know, it's a big thing to say. It's a great quote. It's a big thing to say. You got to be able to back it up. But I mean, we're Exodus. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. The band doesn't have a shitty record, not with me or without me, and I don't care, you know.
And we'll go right into the same line of questioning with Josh Copeland. Temple of the Dam is his favorite, and he wants to know if that will be like the new album or close to it in any way.
See, that's kind of like giving it away, so I can't give it away. when I can talk about it, when I can tell you what my opinion is on it, I'm going to give you my comparison. And because I've made my comparisons of the album as well. And I would love to give you that, but that would be giving it away a little bit still, because there's still so much time left till the record's going to come out, and so there's so much we don't want you to know, you know what I mean? And we want it to be a complete
How about if I said it was well-rounded? You know, some of it. Well-rounded.
I can't comment on that. You haven't heard it, so how do you know? So
I heard a little of it. I've heard like about 7 songs, but
that's not enough.
I love it. I love it.
So I can't tell you. Okay, so there are people around us, you know, that you got to remember that are close enough to us that have heard some cuts. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? But again, we can't comment. Even those that have heard the cuts can't comment on what they think about it. Other than that, they love it, and it's the compositions are well written.
All right. Papa Zet, is there going to be a horror convention this year? Well, that's kind of like rock
God, I hope so.
festivals.
Yeah, I think later part of the year, and if I ain't got nothing going on, I'll be booking myself on some of those, believe me, because those are always fun. I have a great time going. I love hanging out with the horror people. And
I think by the end of the summer that everyone's back into everything.
I think so. If you look at it, the summer would mark 18 months. That's a long time. 18 months. Almost, I mean, if you got another 6 months, you're 2 years into this thing almost. So it had to happen. I mean, things are breaking up, you know, so people are more confident, and I'm glad they are. What else you got for me, Walt?
Just waiting for another question.
That's all right. So, yeah, so that is what we are going to do. We are going back to filming some stuff in the next week, so we'll have an episode of something next week. Probably do something kind of viewers comments. So remember, even if you're not watching this live and you watch it later, give us your comments, and we will see if and for the hot sauce, obviously.
Yeah, if someone wants the hot sauce, just comment that you like the hot sauce and put zip or some kind of adjective for the word hot. Think of something, and then I'll pick a couple or a few. If you want the,
can't yell at
and
me
you're
if
in
you
the
didn't
U.S.
win, he didn't. Yeah, I know. See, I'm sorry, Claire. You live in England. And
Well,
for
you
us,
can throw it in your bag. And
I will.
handle
I'll
it.
tell you what. When I come
How about that?
when I come to England, because you're buying me a beer in Liverpool, we already established that. I will bring you some of the hella hot sauce. In fact, I'll tell the people that I'm coming of that from hella hot sauce to get me a bunch of different ones to give to you. So that's what we'll have to do, because I owe you that. So.
And Charlie wanted to say he'd love to see Gary Holt play the national anthem. You think that would ever happen?
If they ask Gary Holt, that would be fun. What else we got? I think we have another question from Claire, and then we're gonna get out of here.
I got a question for both you guys. Fantasy dinner party. Who would be your guests? Can't be alive or deceased. It can be alive or deceased.
Okay, number one, Mel Brooks would be at my table, from the comedian that wrote Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs and all those great movies. Mel Brooks would be one of them. Musician wise, probably Robert Plant or Jimmy Page would be in that, definitely, and definitely, and I would Bon Scott would definitely be there as well, and so I would say if that in that thing, that would be a nice group of people to have.
I'd like to have dinner with David Lynch or Frank Herbert that wrote Dune. That would be interesting. But,
That would be fun. That would be fun. Or be able to go back to.
And that new Dune movie's coming out in October, and it has a huge budget, and it's
I'm
being
not
pumped.
big on that.
Oh man, the story's so incredible. You know, Iron Maiden wrote a song about it. You know, Steve Harris wrote "Stranger in a Strange Land." I think is the song.
Really?
It was taken from Dune. Although they've written a couple songs, and they can't say Dune, so
I
they.
bet they can't. I'm sure
You
they
know,
can.
everyone wants their money
You know how
nowadays.
that is. Well, hey, well, thanks for coming in, everybody. We just wanted to check in with you live, tell you what's going on. And again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to the channel. Share this with other people, you know. And again, of all of our sponsors, Season and Miss, Hella Hot Sauce, Diamond Fire Cannabis, Death Wish Coffee, and Cameo, because you can always get a message from me
Vanyware.
on Cameo. Vanyware has been a tough one. Nobody's gone there, but Cameo. If you want to send somebody a birthday greeting, just go to Cameo, look me up, anything like that. Encouragement. Some guy just graduated from college the other day, and his girlfriend wanted me to send him a congratulations for that. So you can do stuff like that, and just go to cameo.com and you know, search me, Steve Zetro Souza, and I would be glad to do those for you. So again, share this.
Stay
you know,
tuned.
Stay tuned.
There's
Yeah.
going to be some
I
very
got
good,
big.
very
I
big.
got some good ones coming that are just gonna blow you away, and I can't say anything about that yet. So that's all I can say. So for me and Mr. Walter Morgan, thanks for coming in the vault, and we'll see you real soon. Well, we will. We always do that, huh?